In almost any sport, speed and its cousin power has always been one of the most valuable attributes and a major deciding factor to victory. And this is especially pronounced in combat sports such as boxing, where you not only need mental speed in order to identify a short window of opportunity, but also muscular speed in that you have to deliver the muscular action once the opportunity has been identified. And the latter will be the topic of this video. There are two very broad categories that accounts for the speed of a punch. Number one is rate of force development, and number two is muscular coordination. And each of those by themselves are vast topics and they have their further subcategories, and discussing all of this is not possible in a 10-minute video. The topic of this video will be the coordination aspect, perhaps the most important one. A lot of times the issue lies not in the velocity related capacities of the athletes, but in the delivery of it. Why is that? What is the most common reason for wasted energy and inefficient movement with beginner athletes? And the answer to that is excessive tension, or more accurately, tension at the inappropriate times at the inappropriate muscles. And this tension stems from nervousness, an overemphasis on trying too hard to perform well, and most distinctly, lack of experience. Believe it or not, but you already have it in you to be much faster and explosive than your current state, but you are simply wasting all of that potential by being overly tense. Let's dive a bit deeper into the science behind this. Every muscular action you make, whether it is a lift, a step, a punch, a jump, a throw, whatever, it is done in cooperation with agonist and antagonist muscles. The agonists are the ones initiating the movement, while the antagonists are the ones opposing the movement and stabilizing it therefore. Thereby, to perform an action with fast velocity or speed, in other words, the corresponding antagonist musculature, the brakes that is, they need to get relaxed. But naturally they will be tense when first learning a movement, and this is due to inexperience and a self-protective mechanism. But fast forward a couple of years, 10,000 hours of drilling under expert guidance, and finally those antagonist muscles will start to relax, and it enables you to perform the muscular actions, a punch in this case, with speed. If we observe studies made on punching, we can always observe a double peak in muscle activation when punches are thrown. Initially, the graph will rise, as you can see. This is because of the preparatory tension before the punch is thrown. And then as the punch is traveling and extending, it undergoes a relaxation phase, because this allows for fast speed to happen. And then just before impact, it rises again. That is tension, because you have to brace for impact. This is a self-protective mechanism. In fancy-pantsy terms, this is known as effective mass, or what boxing coaches simply refer to as the snap. So if we were to observe the double peak activation of different boxers of different levels, we would observe a distinct difference. In beginner boxers, they often throw muscular or pushy punches, it just looks uncoordinated and clumsy, they are tense at the inappropriate times, while in elite boxers that have been doing this for years, thousands after thousands of hours of drilling, they are just floating around and dancing. They know when to relax, they know when to tense up, it just looks more aesthetically pleasing and it's more efficient and there is better power transfer. So in essence, the better the muscular coordination is, the higher the potential for speed. And with improved speed you will also have improved power output, because power output is force multiplied by velocity. And this was hinted in this study right here. They basically took a bunch of boxers and divided them into three groups: novice, intermediate and elite. And they obviously noticed that the elite boxers could produce more punching power because they are more experienced. So the main takeaway from this video is this. Number one, the backbone of everything else, get the proper guidance. If you have not done so already, join a boxing club and work under an experienced coach. Don't learn by yourself. This is the foundation at which everything else rests on. The more you try to learn on your own, the more you prolong the time it will take, because you do not have the necessary experience and the imagination to judge what is right and wrong. And number two, while you're at that, learn how to relax. Relax the antagonistic muscles while throwing punches. So you throw a punch and then you relax while the punch is traveling as much as you can, and just before impact you tense up. And number three, you have to realize that this is a skill, and like any other skill, it takes time to master and it takes effort and you have to practice every day.